In Scotland, there is a strange bridge which looks completely normal. But in reality, it has taken the lives of hundreds of dogs. But why? From the story of an abandoned concrete bridge in the dense forests of Brazil to an island disappearing from the Gulf of Mexico. Today we will learn about some mysterious places, which are quite hard to believe when you see them. Not only this, but it also includes the Atlantis of Argentina, a settlement whose ruins today present a terrifying scene. Welcome once again to Dark Reality Videos. Viewers, old bridges. You must have seen many. But in the city of Dumbarton in Scotland, a 130-year-old bridge named Overtoun is filled with many mysteries. This bridge was specially built to provide access to a mansion called Overtoun House. At first glance, this bridge looks just like other ordinary bridges. But there is something about it that makes it very different, and that is that this bridge is a suicide bridge for dogs. Yes, over the past several decades, hundreds of dogs have jumped from this bridge and lost their lives. That too without any specific reason. People say that sometimes some dogs survive the fall, but are badly injured. While in some reports it is also said that occasionally injured dogs climb back onto the bridge and jump again to end their lives. Different reports mention different numbers of dogs that died. But it is true that no other animal, only dogs, jump from this bridge. Because of these incidents, many theories circulate around Overtoun Bridge. According to some people, especially followers of Celtic pagan beliefs, this bridge is considered a place between heaven and earth, while some locals believe that this is the work of the ghost of a widow who lived in the nearby mansion, known as the White Lady of Overtoun. Another famous theory is that in 1994, a mad father threw his small child from this very bridge, and the negative energy of that incident forces dogs to do the same. Apart from all these strange theories, some researchers have also given a more understandable reason. In 2006, animal behavior expert David Sands investigated this bridge. He noticed that in the forest below the bridge, small animals, especially minks, are present in large numbers. David Sands said that perhaps dogs, with their strong sense of smell, detect the wild animals below the bridge and while chasing them, jump down. Experts have also said that the design and location of this bridge are such that when dogs climb onto its wall, they feel as if the surface below is not a drop but a flat continuation. But this theory has still not been properly established, because no solid evidence has been found yet. For many years, the case of Overtoun Bridge has remained a mystery. No one knows why only dogs jump from here. If you pick up any old map of the Gulf of Mexico made by Spanish explorers in the 16th and 17th centuries, you will see a small island north of the Yucatan Peninsula named Bermeja. Of course, at that time the location in maps could vary slightly. But at least in every map, this island appeared. This island was first included by Spanish cartographer Alonso de Santa Cruz in 1539 in the official list of islands of the Gulf of Mexico. But in the late 90s, a lot of oil started being discovered in the Gulf of Mexico. So American and Mexican governments began setting their boundaries to determine which country would have what limit in searching for oil in the Gulf. Now, since the Bermeja Island was close to the Yucatan Peninsula, if Mexico got this island, their boundary in the Gulf would expand. At that time, the Mexican government tried 3 times to find Bermeja Island. But mysteriously, they could not find any trace of this island. The Mexican Navy said that it seemed as if this island never existed here. The matter might have ended there, but then an incident happened that made people think otherwise. 1 year after the Mexican Navy failed to find Bermeja, a Mexican senator, José Angel Cancelo, who was one of the biggest supporters of Expanding died in a car accident on a Mexican highway. After his death, people started speculating that the American CIA blew up the island with multiple blasts so that Mexico's rights in the Gulf would decrease. Anyway, later in 2009, with the help of advanced technology, the island was searched again. But nothing was found except sand on the ocean floor. After these failed attempts in 2009, the president of the Mexican Society of Geography claimed that maybe centuries ago, Spanish explorers intentionally showed a fake island to mislead their enemies. But whether Bermeja Island ever really existed, or some natural force made it disappear, or it was deliberately removed, this truth still remains a mystery. In the dense forests of Brazil, there exists such a mysterious structure that looks like part of a city. This concrete structure is more than 130 feet high and 1,000 feet long. It has tunnels, walls, and a massive concrete foundation, which over time the jungle is slowly reclaiming. From a distance, it looks as if someone picked up this structure from a city and dropped it in the South American jungle without any purpose. Such a structure in the jungle creates a very strange and mysterious atmosphere. But in reality, this structure is about 50 years old. In Brazil, the BR-101 highway is a very famous and long route, over 3,000 miles in length. The construction of this highway started in 1950. In 1960, work began on an important section called Viaduct Petrobras, whose purpose was to connect Rio de Janeiro and Santos in São Paulo through the jungle. After 16 years of hard work, it was close to completion. But at that time Brazil faced an economic crisis. The situation became so bad that the government didn't even have money to connect the viaduct to BR-101. So at the last moment, plans were changed, and BR-101 was connected to another coastal highway, leaving this viaduct incomplete. Since then, the jungle has been slowly taking over it, and now it remains only as a tourist attraction. Hope you will like and share this video of dark reality. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. See you in the next amazing video.